was, we had a decision there. If we had one run on, we're going to put Eibner in. Mo fouled that ball off his foot, and it was real sore. So, maybe take a chance and line in the gap. Once we got first and second, it's like let's just go for the tie right here. We've got a pretty stocked bullpen, and we could play it out for a while. So we had CC bunting on the first two, and it got to 2-0, and it's like, man, slash right here, and he did it to perfection. Drove it deep. I mean, normally you're looking for the infielders. Of course, Napoli was in, and Uribe was holding his ground there. But I mean, it's still a perfect situation. The pitcher didn't want to get to 3-0, and it was just a perfect situation to do it.
Let's talk about how well you play here at home. Even the weather seems to help you out tonight. The cramp getting Kluber out of the game.
Yeah, we needed he's an Cy Young Award winner and All-Star, and he's just a tremendous pitcher. And, we just had our hands full with him today. He was doing everything, that good pitchers do. He was spotting his fastball well, really good curveball, and a really good cutter. And he didn't use his cutter as much as he had in the past against us because his fastball and his curveball were so good.
The seven-run eighth inning is going to get most of the attention, but how about the job by Eddie tonight?
Eddie was fantastic. Lindor hit a home run in the first inning on a pitch inside of, on the black. Just a phenomenal piece of hitting. And then, they scratched together another run with a walk, a bloop single to center, and, kind of a swinging bunt out to third base. He just couldn't get him hit it hard enough where we could turn two or throw the runner out at the plate. But Eddie, 7 strong innings, just a fantastic start.
Is Morales thing precautionary, or is it a little bit more serious than that right now?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to go find out.
The Paulo hit, too. I mean, we can't
huge.
Overlook that.
Yeah, Paulo's hit was huge to give us the lead at that point. It looked like, we were going to have to settle for the tie. CC tried to go to third and was thrown out. But, they just kept battling, kept getting guys on base. And then Paulo, Gordy had, that was a big steal to give us a situation where a base hit will tie the game. And then Cuthbert with a great walk, and Paulo, with a great piece of hitting, a great piece of clutch hitting to give us a lead. And we knew at that point we at least had Wade coming into the game and, just kept getting base runners. And then Dyson's grand slam, it's like, okay, fire drill in the, down in the bullpen, because we had CY coming in the ball game. If we were down 2, Wade was coming in the game if we tied it. So, of course, as soon as we tied it, CY sat down, but he was real close to being hot. And then the Dyson grand slam, it's like, okay, we'll get CY back up. And, of course, Eske swings at the second pitch. And CY didn't, have a chance to throw too many pitches down there, but came in and did a great job to get 2 big outs. So all Wade had to do was get 1.
You guys have done a really good job of, getting one little opening and busting it through. When Kluber came out like that, did you have a sense that?
No. What I turned to walk, and when Eske got that infield hit, I turned to walk and Pedro and said, this is how it starts right here. Something like that. This is how these things start for us, especially at home. And that's, the rest is kind of history.
You mentioned that when CC got the hit, he got thrown out at third. It was the first out. I couldn't quite tell in the replay if he was looking at the ball or looking at Jersh. Could you see what happened on that play? And is that an out that bothers you after?
Well, I mean, how does it bother you when, he just tied the ball game? I mean, that part was good. And I don't know if he was looking at the ball or if he was looking at Jersh or if he was just looking for a spot to get out of that quicksand he was running in rounding second base. But, it just – you don't never want to make the first or third out at third. But, it happened. But, we do what good teams do. We covered it.
Right, because after that happened, everything just continued to go. You mentioned Dyson a little bit. He's got some pop when he pulls it like that.
Yeah, he does. He's got deceiving power. Just like, I don't think he gets enough credit for his arm. He's got an extremely powerful, accurate arm because he's a little guy, but he's a strong little guy.
He just seemed to have it all night, too, with the triple and the opposite field foul that he had that could have easily been a home run to the opposite field.
Yeah, against tough pitching. It was a good night for him tonight offensively.
Ned, we talked a lot about the home road splits, but is it just kind of strange how you always seem to get the big hit here and hasn't necessarily been there on the road.
Yes. I have no answer for you, besides yes. But you know what? I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about, winning ball games at home right now. So I've talked to Dale. I've talked to everybody. What's the difference? What are we doing? Why? There's just no real astute answer that I can give you why. It's just, it is. I don't know. I wish I could figure it out. And if anybody out there in TV land can figure it out, give me a call.